Come on in. Come on in, my friend. What up, Ty Ward? Come on in. Come on in, my friend. What's up, Boston? I don't like the fact that the Celtics are doing good and my Lakers ain't. What's up, Star? Star, you have a very interesting story. I want to hear more about, like, your people in California. Like how y'all moved to Fresno. That is a very dope, very interesting story. Like, it be dope ass people in the chat room, y'all. Y'all don't even understand. Black History be in the goddamn chat rooms of these lives I be having. Shit. You don't need to pick. I don't need to pick up a book with some of the shit that y'all be telling me about y'all family history. No need to pick up the book. Family history is right here. Yes, LeBron is embarrassing to the Lakers brand. I wish he'd be out of here. It would be the best news in the world if the Lakers say they found the trade partner to trade LeBron James out of here. What's up, Quan? No, I ain't listened to that album. I'll listen to it whenever I'm ready. Yeah. I was at a show last night. It's this band called Butcher Brown. Oh, here comes Dr. Sinister about to get... Dr. Sinister be over here trying to email Quaness a drink, nigga. How you gonna email her a drink, nigga? Man, the best news as a Laker fan, the best news would be LeBron James has demanded a trade. Yeah. Nigga, I'm at this point, nigga. Just give us a first round pick and 2 second round picks, and that's good enough. Start this shit over from the top. Oh yeah, Dr. Sinister got jokes. I fucks with him. I fucks with Dr. Sinister. For real, for real. That nigga funny as hell. Yeah, Lakers need to blow the team up. Lakers need to blow the team up and start over. What do Blue Magic say? Tear it down, start over again. This Clipper game is a blowout. I'm about to turn on my music. Fuck this shit. This Clipper game is a blowout. Phoenix got my Lakers up out of there and then sat everybody down. Now the Clippers over there blowing them out. Tear it down, start over again. Hey, this is my favorite song ever right here. One of my favorite jazz songs ever that's about to play. So what y'all want to talk about? Y'all want to talk about basketball? Y'all want to talk about something else? I don't know what the fuck I want to talk about. I just want to talk to y'all. All right, Dodson, I'll stop blocking. That's the great Oscar Peterson right there. I love this song. Man, I had a good ass beach ride today. Yeah, that's the best part about living in LA, man. It was 90 degrees today. So what y'all want to talk about? In the chat room. Let me see. You said your Pistons been rebuilt over 2 decades? Yeah. The Pistons are good for hopping out of nowhere, beating the Lakers in the championship, they're going back to non-relevance for 20 years. My favorite Atlantic Star song? I don't have a favorite. is probably the one I listen to the most. Probably Sin for Me. But I like all of them. I like a fuck ton. I like all that Atlantic Star shit. Circles. But Sin for Me is probably, Secret Lovers, but I don't know, probably Sin for Me. That song's so goddamn cold. Sin for Me, it sound like he's smoking a cigarette when he sing that. That's how cool he sound. How big is Craig's nose? The size of a Play-Doh can. About the size of a Play-Doh container. I said, Summer Madness, your favorite? You were born in 93? Shit. See, like, I feel a special connection to you motherfuckers born in the 90s and the 2000s. Because all my years working with kids, yeah, they was only, shit. When I was 25, I was working with 12-year-olds. So, I mean, that was niggas born around 93. So it's like, I'd be like, some of the kids I used to work with, I still be calling them kids. And them niggas be like 32 years old now. I'd be like, fuck. I'm only 40. But I've been working with kids so goddamn long. Shit, my kids are in their 30s now. What's up, Positive Influence? You were born in 2000? Shit, you were born my first year of college. See, that's why y'all be doing shit about the Lakers. You were born when Shaq and Kobe was making their run. So you don't remember none of that good prime Kobe, number 8. That's why I be having to remember when I be talking basketball with some of you niggas online. Y'all niggas is born like in 95 and 2000. Y'all didn't even see number 8 Kobe play. The only thing you niggas know about is what the fuck ESPN taught y'all. And ESPN ain't teaching you shit. Look, let me tell you how much of a Laker fan I am. When I be sitting there, when I be talking basketball, look, I've seen Magic Johnson play live. I saw Magic play both his first time around and when he came back that time. Remember when Magic came back and played like the last quarter of the season? I went to a game then, nigga. I had courtside seats. I had this white homie back in middle school. His mom worked at the Forum. So we used to get courtside seats when Nick Van Exel was a rookie. That was James Worthy's last year. And we used to be able to sit in the Forum Club. And when I watched that Showtime show about the Forum Club, that shit is real. We used to be in the Forum Club, and this one the Lakers weren't even good. This one they weren't even good. Like, I remember we see like Jack Nicholson, Arsenio, goddamn former presidents up in that Forum Club. Man, what's up, LeBron James? Same thing with the 2000s team. I wanted to see that 2000s team, that Shaq Kobe era. I saw the Shaq Kobe era, nigga. I went to at least 10 or 15 home games on that era. Yep, Cedrick. The Lakers used to practice at my middle school. Over right. Back in those Cedrick and Eddie Jones days, that's when they used to practice at our middle school. So sometimes we go see them. Because back then, before the Lakers got that practice facility, the Lakers practiced at Loyola Marymount University. And my middle school I went to was like right down the street from Loyola Marymount. And hell yeah. And even when the Lakers won, I've seen Kobe play live at Staples Center, between the Staples Center and the Forum. I've been to at least 100 Kobe games between Staples Center, Forum, All-Star weekends. Hell, I flew to see Kobe play in Minnesota. I flew to see him play against the Charlotte Bobcats once. Nigga, I drove up to Oakland to see a Kobe game. The three players I saw the most play live was Kobe, Chris Paul, and Kevin Durant. Yeah, that 15. The NBA extended the series to 7 games to work against the Lakers. When the Lakers started blowing everybody out, when they went that 15-1, the NBA was like, "Oh hell nah, we got to change this shit and make it harder. These teams ain't got no shot to beat the Lakers in 3 games. Let's give them 4." I can't. No, Oscar Robertson was great. I didn't see Oscar Robertson play, so I can't say that. The most skilled player I ever see play was Kobe Bryant. Kobe's the most skilled player ever. Scored all. And here's how you define skills. Skills, what is their efficiency at scoring at all 3 levels? 3 levels mean layup, mid-range, and 3-point shot. The ability to use either hand. Handles part of skills. Shooting over shoulders. Can you shoot over your left shoulder and your right shoulder? That's a skill. Skills are things that we can actually measure. That's why these NBA announcers don't ever talk about skills. They talk about stats. They know you niggas ain't smart enough to count stats. So they can tell you anything. Now, Hakeem Olajuwon would disagree with you, so it doesn't matter what you think. Hakeem Olajuwon said Kobe's more skilled than he was. Olajuwon may have been the most skilled center, but could Hakeem Olajuwon score at all 3 levels? No. Could Hakeem Olajuwon cross you over in the face-up game the way Kobe could? No. Did Hakeem Olajuwon have 2 dribble pull-up game? No. Did Duncan? No. Though they were highly skilled for big men, but no, they didn't have Kobe's skill. Did they have reverse pivot? Did they have a face-up pivot, reverse pivot in that game? No. No, we don't want no single elimination. That's whack like college. College is whack. You have a playoff series because a series dictates the better team. The better team is going to win over 7 games. Any team can get lucky and win 1 game. You don't want no finals, been no damn 1 game. 7 games so you can see who has more skill, who's better. Hey, guess what, Walt Gibson? He was a shooting guard. You know what shooting guards means? It means you score through volume. All, A-L-L, underline all, shooting guards score through volume. Let me repeat that. All, that's why they call it shooting guard. Point guard is the one that passes the ball. Shooting guard is the guard that kills you through volume shooting. Shooting guard is the most difficult position in NBA history. That's why it's so easy to rank your top 5 shooting guards of all time, because it ain't that many great shooting guards of all time. Over the last 10, 15 years, we've gotten more, but prior to the last 10 to 15 years, shooting guard is a rare position because it's the hardest position to play in the NBA. Because it relies on volume scoring, you have to have someone who's very proficient at it. You dig what I'm saying? What's up, Amara Woods? Kyrie has the coldest handle of all time, yes. Kyrie has... What do you mean Kobe have a bank shot like Duncan? These niggas don't watch basketball. Just go watch the whole 2001 playoffs against the Spurs and ask if Kobe has a bank shot. Number 8, Kobe had a bank shot. See, that's why I don't talk to these niggas about sports. Most of these niggas did not, especially a lot of you East Coast niggas. Y'all was asleep when Kobe was playing. But y'all be the first ones to run y'all damn mouth. You Atlantic and Central time zone niggas who didn't even watch the games. Y'all may have watched a few playoff games, a few Sunday games, and then after that, you niggas just watch Sports Center and let them tell you your opinion. This nigga said Kobe don't have a bank shot. Do you know in the year 2001, Kobe spent the summer with Tim Duncan perfecting his bank shot? Yeah, that was the year Kobe got hurt. After the Lakers won the 2000 finals, that summer between the Lakers' first championship and second championship in the summer of 2000, Kobe spent a large part of that summer with Tim Duncan perfecting his bank shot. Go look it up, nigga. God damn. Yeah, Kyrie has the best handle of all time. Kyrie has the best handle of all time. You didn't stand up if you said Kobe didn't have a bank shot. Kobe, do you remember when Kobe tore his right shoulder? People don't understand. Kobe played the 2003 NBA Finals with a torn right shoulder in his right labrum. That's finals against the Pistons. He took a lot of left-handed shots because his right hand was fucked up. His right shoulder was fucked up. And when he shot left shoulder, he generally shot bank shots with his left hand. Somebody tried to tell me Kobe didn't have a bank shot when there's a whole like playoff series and where you see Kobe basically only shooting bank shots with his left hand and making them holes. Grant Hill wouldn't say he was more fundamental than Kobe. Stop it. Grant Hill didn't score at the third level. Again, skills is something that you can measure. Skills don't have to be an opinion, folks. You actually can measure these things. Grant Hill learned how to shoot at the third level after his injuries, when he couldn't move anymore. When Grant Hill could actually move, he didn't have a third level game. He was first and second level game. Stop it. And Grant didn't have a left hand, and Grant did not have a left-handed jump shot. Skills, again, skills are measurable. They don't have to be opinion. They're measurable. They're measurable. Yeah, Kobe's a better three-point shooter than Shaq. Kobe's a better goddamn. You right there. These niggas is weirdos. They just make up some shit. Like, Kobe couldn't do this. And they'll name something he was actually great at. Not even marginal at, great at. Kobe was like an above average bank shooter. As a matter of fact, Kobe was like the lone guard keeping the bank shot alive when you look at the early 2000s. Before Carmelo came in the league, like before Carmelo really got established, Kobe was the main one keeping the bank shot alive. And this nigga said Kobe didn't have a bank shot. Nigga. Oh my God. I didn't say Grant Hill wasn't skilled. That's nothing to say. Nigga said that's not true. Grant Hill was skilled. Did I say he wasn't skilled? I said, listen, people, listen. Listen. I'm using my words carefully. Listen. I said Grant Hill did not have game at the third level until after his injuries. During his prime, before his injury, he did not have third level game. He was a first and second level scorer, and he did not have a left hand half as good as Kobe's left hand. Not half as good. Grant Hill put the ball in his left hand long enough to switch it back to his right. This isn't news, people. And it's not to say Grant Hill didn't have skill. It's not to say that Grant Hill wasn't good. Grant Hill is fucking great. He was a better version of Scottie Pippen. He was an improvement upon Scottie Pippen. He was great. But someone said Grant Hill had more skills than Kobe. So I gave you a measurable skill that Kobe had that Grant Hill did not possess. This ain't about feelings, people. God damn. What's up by the time? Jeez. You right, Ty Warner. Kobe had bank shot game-winning threes. That three-pointer he made over Dwayne Wade New Year's Day, I think that year was 2000. Was it 2011 when Kobe made that bank shot over Dwayne Wade on New Year's Day? Kobe shot that bank shot on purpose. He said he was on purpose. Jeez. God damn. That's the thing about it, man. Penny Hardaway was great. I don't know if I could put him above Grant Hill, honestly. And I like Penny, but I think I like Grant Hill more. But I wouldn't argue. I wouldn't argue if you say Penny was better. I wouldn't argue that. Vince Carter was great, but Vince Carter's issue was after his sixth season, Vince Carter stopped attacking the basket. When he got to like his seventh and eighth season, Vince Carter, he developed a jump shot. I'm glad he did develop a jump shot. But Vince Carter's jump shot, he sacrificed his inside game too much because he said he wanted to play longer. And I get playing longer, but those years with New Jersey could have used Toronto Vince Carter. By the time Vince Carter got to New Jersey, he wasn't as aggressive anymore. And so that's my knock on Vince Carter. During his prime, he stopped attacking the basket, and attacking the basket was the best part of his game. Like I understand adding a shot to your game, but he should have never stopped attacking the basket. That was Vince Carter's problem. Yep, Kobe's the greatest two guard ever, flat out. NBA 90s basketball sucked. 90s basketball is actually the worst era of basketball. There's a reason why they had to shorten the three-point line. People forget, in the 90s, they had to shorten the three-point line by a foot because niggas couldn't score in the 90s. NBA expansion, the Raptors, the Magic, the Heat, the Grizzlies, the Charlotte Hornets. NBA added too many teams too fast. And so the skill level got really bad. So bad they had to shorten the three-point line. I remember that shit too. You be sitting there. I remember watching 90s basketball. It was always only one nigga on the other team you had to worry about hitting three-pointers. Like for Orlando, the Orlando Magic was the first. He had 2 3-point shooters in Nick Anderson and Dennis Scott. But in the 90s, only one nigga shot threes on the team. The other nigga, you can leave him wide. And the other nigga, he could dunk. Like, for instance, this is how a team was constructed in the 90s. I'ma go. You have a player like Eddie Jones on the squad. And I love Eddie Jones. But Eddie Jones, you can leave wide open for a three. He was a slasher. Or you have somebody like Glenn Rice. And Glenn Rice, again, one of my favorite players of all time. That nigga could knock down threes better than Jesus. But he wasn't much of a threat to put the ball on the ground and get the ball to the cup. In the 90s, wing players had one skill set or the other. Either they were a slasher that couldn't shoot well, or they were a shooter that couldn't put the ball on the basket and slash well. Shit. Nowadays, them niggas could shoot and slash as good as one another. But in the 90s, you didn't have to worry about that. In the 90s, there's always one player you can leave. You can sag off him and double team. Every team had that one player in the 90s. That's why the Bulls were able to get away with Dennis Rodman not being a scorer. Rodman, I mean, the Bulls was the other team that had 2 shooters. They always had John Paxson or Steve Kerr, and then Pippen could hit. Pippen was sometimey, but he could hit the open jump shot. Yeah, Larry Johnson would have been a beast. They gun too much now because it's on defenses. It's harder to get into the paint now than it was in the 90s, outside of fouling. The players are just more skilled now. They got to the paint back in the 90s because them niggas couldn't shoot. I guarantee you, if them players in the 90s could shoot like these niggas could shoot now, they would have been shooting too. I guarantee you. Yeah, Bob McAdoo didn't shoot three. Oh, yep. Yep, Biz Marty, Brex Chapman, Dale Ellis, Dale Curry. All them niggas, they could do one thing, not the other. They couldn't do both. This is what people don't understand about like Kobe. Craig Hodges, yep. This is what people don't understand about Kobe. They'll say Kobe couldn't hold a candle to Jordan. Go back and watch Kobe versus Jordan in 1998. 97. This is prime. This was Jordan is winning 72 games and goddamn winning championships and shit. And Kobe wasn't even 20 yet. That nigga was going to work on Jordan. Kobe didn't have a third of the game he ended up having by the time he changed to number 24. Kobe didn't have a third of that game when he played against Michael Jordan. And he was going to work on Michael Jordan's ass. Jordan could not guard Kobe. Larry Johnson is one of my all-time favorite players. Larry Johnson, that grandmama Larry Johnson from like 93 to that back injury, man, that Larry Johnson was the shit. Yeah, Jordan had them big ass hands. That's what made the difference. You couldn't take the ball out of Jordan's hand. That nigga Michael Jordan held a basketball like it was a tennis ball. Yeah, like that's what we gotta remember about. I don't look. It's a lot. Let me tell you, you young niggas in y'all 30s and y'all 20s. I'm not one of them old niggas that's gonna. Well, I'm not an old nigga. I'm only 40, but I'm not one of them niggas older than y'all that's gonna bullshit y'all and act like my era was better than your era. Let me tell the truth to you niggas in y'all 30s and in y'all 20s. Gen X and my era fucked it up in the 2000s with the music that we accepted. It's the music that we accepted in the 2000s that made you guys' music even shittier. And 90s basketball sucked. Don't ever let these niggas my age tell you, and older, tell you the 90s was better. No, the fuck it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Michael Jordan won one Defensive Player of the Year. When you're the league's pet project, you're going to get front of the line in winning all that. Kobe was was the only one to make the all defensive first team for 10 straight years. Jordan didn't do that. Yeah, Jordan won Defensive Player of the Year back in them years, but those championship years, Jordan never guarded the other team's best player, them 6 championships. That was always Scottie Pippen. Don't let them make you forget that. The best player on the other team was guarded by Scottie Pippen when they won those championships. Go back to 1996. When Michael Jordan was on Gary Payton in 1996, Gary Payton was busting Michael Jordan's ass. No pause. Don't listen to me. Look it up. Gary Payton was killing Michael Jordan. NBA couldn't have MJ not lose, so they started calling them bullshit-ass fouls, taking Shawn Kemp out the game. That's what happened in 96. Because Shawn Kemp was killing Dennis Rodman. The only time Dennis Rodman got worked ever was by Shawn Kemp. That was the only time in Rodman's playoff history that he ever got worked. Gary Payton was working Michael Jordan. They had to put Pippen back on him. And when they put Pippen back on him, that freed Jordan up to go to work. So nah, people don't understand. Gary Payton, yeah, and Gary Payton was D'ing up Michael Jordan. People want to make it seem like Michael Jordan was just this infallible player. No, and Michael Jordan just had the best team. That's it. If the difference was Michael Jordan had Dennis Rodman to guard Sean Kemp. There's no better. This one, Sean Kemp was like killing everybody. The best player in the league possible to guard Sean Kemp is Dennis Rodman. Sean Kemp still busted his ass, but at least you still had Rodman on him. That Jordan and Pippen didn't have to worry. The difference was Jordan had Pippen and a deep bench. Ron Harper to steady the offense. Tony Kukoc off the bench. Do we forget Tony Kukoc, who at the time was the best European player to ever play in the NBA up until Dirk Nowitzki came? The best European ever was Tony Kukoc up until Dirk Nowitzki came. People, Jordan had that's why Jordan won, not because he just is infallible nigga. Don't get me wrong, he's great, but not the way they make it. Not the way they make it seem. This nigga here. See that is it's not about hate. Everyone has help. I said Jordan had more help. Jordan always had the better team. The Lakers in 2000, the Lakers didn't have a better team against Portland. The 2000 Blazers is the greatest team to never win a championship. The 2000 Blazers went 11 deep. You had Damon Stoudemire, Stacey Augmon when he was locking niggas down, Rasheed Wallace back when he was unstoppable, and the Lakers had nothing for Rasheed Wallace. He was killing AC Green. Lakers couldn't do shit with Rasheed Wallace. Then you had Brian Grant, who was backing Rasheed Wallace, who was killing Robert Horry. You know, it ain't no Robert Horry big shots at Portland series because Robert Horry's ass was on the bench because every time he got in to guard either Rasheed Wallace or Brian Grant, that nigga got in foul trouble. Nigga, you had Dale Davis, nigga. You had, come on now, Pippen. This is when they had Steve Smith. See, a lot of you niggas that don't watch basketball, y'all don't know how great Steve Smith was. Steve Smith was impossible to guard. Steve Smith had this high butt, and he used that butt to back you in, and the minute you lean against that big ass, he'd do the Smitty step. Then you had Bonzi Wells. Bonzi Wells, if any player killed Kobe in the 90s, it was Bonzi Wells. Bonzi Wells in 2000 was the year Kobe figured out Bonzi Wells, and he had to. Because in 99 and 98, when Kobe got matched up against Bonzi Wells used to kill Kobe at the Great Western Forum. Real Laker fans know what I'm talking about. Bonzi Wells was a problem for Kobe. Kobe figured him out just in time, in 2000 playoffs. The Lakers are way outmatched against the Portland Trail Blazers. Way outmatched. And Pippen knew the triangle. So all that triangle shit the Lakers was running, Pippen knew all them plays. That's why if you look at with 8 minutes left in the game, you'll see Phil Jackson call a timeout, and then he does this motion with his fingers where he points both of his two pointer fingers outwards with his thumb up. That's the call that Phil Jackson made for clear out. And that's when they ran a 1-4 flat with Kobe. Nigga, the 2001 Spurs, the team that the Lakers swept, they had a deeper team than the Lakers. People forget. The Spurs had a better record that year than the Lakers. When the Lakers swept the Spurs had home court advantage because they had David Robinson and Tim Duncan who were fully healthy. Lakers swept them motherfuckers. Man, please. And to top it off, yes, Smush Parker was trash. Smush Parker was scared to shoot at the wrong fucking time, and he turned the ball over. So yeah, when we talk about Kobe, Kobe won a few series where he did not have the better team. The Boston series, he didn't have a better team against the Celtics. The Celtics were way better than the Lakers. And Dave Robinson was soft back then. And that 2001 Lakers team was the greatest ever. Yeah. Yeah, if Scottie Pippen won, that would have been a top 10 team ever. If they won a championship, that 2000 Blazers team would be one of the top 8. I would put them in the top 8 teams that ever won a championship had they won. Maybe even higher, because the 2000 Blazers had players either right in the middle of their prime or just like one step out of their prime. Yes, those were 90s players, but they were 90s players on different teams. That's the difference. That's the key difference when it comes to the 90s. The 90s had a bunch of good players. A bunch of good players on bad teams. Mitch Richmond was stuck in Sacramento. He never got nobody to team with him in Sacramento. Reggie Miller. He never had a teammate as good as Scottie Pippen. He never had one. Patrick Ewing never had a really good teammate like that. If they kept Mark Jackson, they would have had a chance. But they went and got Rod Strickland. Rod Strickland couldn't shoot. And Rod Strickland took up the space that Patrick Ewing needed. Rod Strickland was too busy running doing them stupid-ass layups instead of dumping the ball down to Patrick Ewing. Patrick Ewing took fucking John Starks to the finals. John Starks was in the... This is before the D-League, y'all. This is when the NBA had something called the CBA. The CBA was like a minor league basketball organization not connected to the NBA. Cats didn't have teammates. Charles Barkley didn't have anyone. He had Larry Johnson, but Larry Johnson couldn't. He was always hurt. Larry Johnson was like Anthony Davis. If Larry Johnson actually got to play 2 seasons in a row without getting hurt, Charles Barkley probably would have had a championship. Yeah, John Starks working at a grocery store. So, Wally Gibson, did you watch basketball? Mitch Richmond was a rookie with Run TMC. That team got blown up. They had 1 full season together. Maybe 2. They got blown out. Teams need at least 2 or 3 years together to jail, especially back then. Teams didn't win a championship their first year together. Teams won championships their 3rd and 4th year together. The Laker Magic was the first one to really come in and win a championship. Magic was the only one that did that. Come in his first year and win a championship. Other than that, Celtics, 3 years together before their first championship. The Sixers, they were together for like 4 years, and then they got Moses Malone. The Pistons, they was together for like 5 years before their first championship. The Bulls, they was together 3 or 4 seasons before their first championship. Had the Warriors got 2 or 3 more years together, something may have happened. But they traded Mitch Richmond for Billy Owens. Yeah, 90s Houston sucked. That team that won the championship, that was just all Hakeem Olajuwon. That team wasn't that good. That team was not that good. Hakeem Olajuwon was just a master. That's all that was. All that credit y'all want to give Michael Jordan and LeBron James, y'all need to give that shit to Hakeem Olajuwon. That nigga won with nobody. And I don't want to hear nobody saying Clyde Drexler. Clyde Drexler wasn't the same. Clyde Drexler had a receding hairline by then. The nigga was only good for 2.5 quarters. Clyde Drexler was way out of his prime by the time he got to Houston. He could not do it the way he was. Sam Cassell was a rookie, bruh. Dream won when Sam Cassell was a rookie. Sam Cassell was a rookie. Man, y'all gotta understand, like the 90s had a lot of good talent spread around the NBA. The Bulls was the only team that had a concentration of talent. Dennis Rodman was already a champion before he got there. And people forget, people forget that goddamn Horace Grant. Horace Grant is forgotten about. Horace Grant is one of the greatest role players ever at power forward. Horace Grant. Everywhere Horace Grant went, he won. When they won that first three-peat, you know why? When the Bulls ran pinch posts from the top of the key, they ran that shit through Horace Grant, and Horace Grant was going to knock down that elbow 15-footer every day. 15 to 19 feet. Horace Grant was going to shoot that hole at about 80%. And that provided so much floor spacing for Michael Jordan. Horace Grant went to Orlando and was right back in the finals. When Horace Grant got on the Lakers, that was the year the Lakers went 15-1 in the playoffs. Horace Grant, one of the greatest role players ever. Bulls had way more talent than the teams that they faced. This motherfucker, Jordan, had the luxury of having Horace Grant guard Charles Barkley. Know what that means? That means you don't need to double team. People like casual fans don't know the importance of having role players that can guard the other team's best player and not have to double. Because the minute you double team, you compromise your defense. If they had to double on Horace Grant, they would have probably used Scotty. That would have been Scotty would have had to leave Dan Marley open. Dan Marley had a horrible fucking finals. That's because Scottie Pippen was all in his ass. Scottie Pippen locked Dan Marley down. There was no Thunder Dan during the final. He was Thunder Dan. Dan Marley, Thunder Dan. Ooh, All-Star, Thunder Dan. And then Scottie Pippen got a hold of him in the finals. Lockdown City. Scottie Pippen was only able to lock him down because he didn't have to double team and guard Charles Barkley because Horace Grant was able to play Barkley one-on-one. That's how deep basketball is. No, Rick Fox will guard the other team's swing player. Kobe guarded the best. Kobe was the one guarding Mike Bibby. Now, thank God for Rick Fox. Rick Fox did a great job guarding Peja Stojakovic. Rick Fox locked down Peja Stojakovic. But it was Kobe guarding Mike Bibby. Webber was the team's best player. Bibby was their best perimeter player. Peja was their wing. You're right. Kobe guarded Iverson. Jason Williams is not better than Bibby. Jason Williams got traded for Bibby. What are you talking about? When Jason Williams was on the Kings, the Lakers waxed them. Lakers waxed them in the first round. What are you talking about? The Lakers waxed the Kings with him, and that's why White Mike don't even like Kobe. Kobe was talking shit to Jason Williams that playoff. Kobe was like, he doesn't have a left hand, and he was. I know some people that told me this story. And like Kobe was during that playoff run was like, he can't. He's only going right. Even if he puts it in his left, he's going right. No left. And he was locking that motherfucker Jason Williams down. Mike Bibby, on the other hand, was straight up cold. Mike Bibby was cold. He was an assassin. Pager was not hurt. No, he wasn't. Pager was not hurt in 01 or 02. Rick Fox was locking him down. But Kobe was on Bibby. You're right. Because Bibby that's what it was. Bibby was killing like, so many point guards made their contract off the Lakers. Kobe always had to switch over. Kobe always had to switch over. Kobe would start off on the other team's shooting guard, but by the time the fourth quarter came, Kobe always had to guard the other team's point guard because they'd be busting Derek Fisher's ass. Remember Troy Hudson with the Minnesota Timberwolves? Troy Hudson got like a $60 million deal off Derek Fisher. Troy Hudson got like $60 million off Derek Fisher. Kobe had to switch over and start guarding Troy Hudson after having to guard Latrell Sprewell. Tony Parker. God, Kobe would guard Tony Parker. He would let Tony Parker bust Derek up for 3 quarters. But when the fourth quarter came, when it was time to win, Kobe was guarding Tony Parker. He was guarding Mike Bibby. He was guarding Troy Hudson. Kobe was guarding whoever was the person. He was guarding Allen Iverson. Kobe had to guard Allen Iverson in the fourth quarters. See, people don't give Kobe credit for that. Yeah, Jordan won 1 Defensive Player of the Year. But in the finals, those Shaq years, especially those Shaq years, Kobe was always, not just in the finals, in the whole playoff run. Because the West was better. But it was the hard road. Kobe had to guard Reggie Miller. Kobe had to guard prime Jason Kidd. He had to guard Tony Parker. Jordan was not doing that those championship years. Pippen was. Yeah, Kobe did shut Iverson out of the whole half. Yep. And Brandon Roy used to kill Fisher. If you wanted a new contract, let Derek Fisher guard you back there. Larry said, "The niggas don't know. So many niggas don't know shit." Somebody said Bibby can only shoot jumpers. What the hell are you talking about? What are you talking about? Bibby used to curl. He used to shoot jumpers. He can get to the basket. But he didn't need to get to the basket. Why go to the basket and get hit by Shaq when you can pull up for a 16-footer? Does that make sense to you? Just because Bibby didn't attack the basket like that don't mean he couldn't. It wasn't wise to attack the basket against Shaq. Because especially prime Shaq could take a technical. Shaq did not mind taking a tee to put an elbow on your ass back then. Dan Marley sucked in the finals. You talking about 1 game. You do know the finals are 4 games, right? Right? What are you talking about? Nothing could beat the Lakers. You get it? Somebody said Germans couldn't beat the Lakers, DeWan. Of course. Nothing could beat those Lakers when they were focused. The only thing that beat the Lakers were themselves. And their infighting. When the Lakers were focused, nothing could beat them. Jumpers was the best way because going to the basket couldn't beat the Lakers. The Spurs had Tim Duncan and David Robinson, and it didn't matter. Pippen did shut him down. What are you talking about? 28 points in one game and still getting shut down in a 7-game series. Fool. This ain't this nigga talking like we ain't talking about college basketball. He had 28 points one day. Yeah, he had a good game. The Bulls got blown out one of them games too. So you have to win 4 games to win a championship. If you have one good game out of 6, that's getting shut down. That's the definition of getting shut down. One good game in 6. One good game in 5. That's getting shut down. Thank you for proving my point. Oh, them power forwards used to kill the Lakers, Nat the Great. I could tell you was watching. That was the Lakers' pitfall. Power forwards and point guards. Everything else the Lakers could keep in check. But point guards used to kill the Lakers, and power forwards. Kevin Garnett, Chris Webber, Tim Duncan, Antonio McDyess when he was in his prime, Rasheed Wallace. The Lakers always had Karl Malone. The Lakers could not do shit with that power forward position. Until that 1 year Horace Grant played. Again, talking about how great Horace Grant was. The only year the Lakers had something for that power forward position was the year Horace Grant played. That was the only year they had defense at that position. And Horace Grant would still get buckets dropped on him. But in 04, the Lakers got killed. They got killed by Rasheed Wallace. Lakers got killed. They got killed like a motherfucker. And Mike Bibby. Chauncey Billups. See, say what you want about Kobe. Kobe was only one man. He was too busy shutting Rip Hamilton down. If somebody could have did anything about Chauncey Billups, the Lakers would have been okay. But Rip Hamilton did not have a great finals. Kobe was on him. Yeah, when Malone got hurt, and they had a different rule because Horace Grant was on that team too. But back then, you had to be on the official playoff roster before the playoffs started. Now, you can have someone join the team each round. Like, you can miss the first 2 rounds and join the team in the 3rd round. Back then, if you missed the first round, you was out the whole playoffs. So had today's rule applied back then, the Lakers could have brought Horace Grant in when Malone didn't hold up, and they probably would have done okay. Yeah, Kobe was the only one that played hard that Pistons series. But Kobe had his hands wrapped up chasing Rip Hamilton off all them goddamn screens. Rip Hamilton was a mid-range assassin. Kobe couldn't, he had to guard that nigga. And the glove was, Gary Payton was in a fucked up position. One, he was older. You saw that the previous year in Milwaukee. He was a little bit older. And in that triangle, he was basically relegated to being a jump shooter. That was the problem. Gary Payton was never a jump shooter. He can make threes, but that wasn't the primary point of his game. So Gary Payton couldn't hit shit out there. Yeah, I think the Lakers are the one belong to get hurt. Rasheed Wallace should have been MVP, but Rasheed Wallace wasn't going to win MVP because Rasheed Wallace used to cuss out too many of them white referees. They hated Rasheed Wallace. The NBA hated Rasheed Wallace. They weren't about to give no Rasheed Wallace no damn MVP. Hell nah. He should have been the MVP. The league was not fucking with no damn Rasheed Wallace. Nope. MVP is a political award, people. Always remember that. It's political first. Yeah, Kobe did play some of his best basketball through that rape case. Yeah, Tayshaun Prince gave the Lakers major problems. Lakers couldn't do shit with that boy. The Lakers could not do shit with Tayshaun Prince. And this nigga Rasheed Wallace had that technical foul counter. Yeah. That nigga Rasheed Wallace, boy. He says Suns didn't have Mike D'Antoni won championship. Well, Mike D'Antoni's who got him there. Let me see, what was the referee's name? Who was cheating in the playoff? Tim Donaghy. Tim Donaghy told y'all the truth about how the NBA operates. The NBA controls the outcomes of games, and they still do. And they control the outcome of what the NBA do. When they want to control who's going to win a playoff series, they control it through early fouls. The 2011 Celtics still would have beat the Miami Heat had they not been fucking around with them fouls. They'd be locking the goddamn Heat down, and the minute they do that, they would get Kevin Garnett 2 early fouls in the first quarter. Because once you have 2 early fouls, it changes the intensity in which you can play defense. And they would do the same shit in the third quarter. When the Celtics would start coming back against the Heat, they'd call that 4th foul on Kevin Garnett with 6 minutes left in the third quarter. And once Kevin Garnett's out the game, that means LeBron has a free run to the paint. And I hate the Celtics. That's how I know it. That's how I noticed it. I was like, damn, I wanted the Heat to beat the Celtics. Fuck the Celtics. I'm a Laker fan. Salute to Evan in the chat room. I know you from Boston, but fuck the Celtics. I hate the Celtics. The more the Celtics lose, the happier I am. But even I was like, God damn, they cheating these niggas right now. They putting Garnett in early foul trouble to open up the lane. Oh, shit. This motherfucker's still stuck on Dan Marley. If you can't figure it out, nigga, you just ain't gonna figure it out. Goddamn, I ain't about to slow the bus down for you. Shit. Anybody who saw the fucking final saw Dan Marley got shut down. This nigga still on it. This nigga still arguing with me instead of fucking you got YouTube, nigga. Go watch all the games. Shit. Go YouTube the games, and after you watch the whole finals, come back and email me. We finished talking about Dan Marley 45 minutes ago. This nigga still on it. If he get 13 points and then average 18, hey, jeez. Chill, nigga. Goddamn. No one is with you in here. Nobody. You haven't seen anybody in the chat room say, yeah, Eastmore, you right. Nigga, you on your own, homie. Shit. All right, so what else? What the rest of you niggas talking about? People that got something to say. What y'all talking about? What's up to the people that got something to say? Let me see here. This nigga Natural Immunity said Dan Marley was a well-dressed nobody. He said ball don't lie. Shit. I don't care what you subscribe to. Like, just if it look, a wise person understands that they the only people that have to subscribe to their point of view. If you're still arguing with me that I don't agree with your point of view, that's showing that you're insecure with your point of view. If you're okay with your point of view, you should, and you don't subscribe to tribalism, fine. That means you should be okay with holding your point of view and nobody else giving a fuck. That's how that works. I'm with you. I don't subscribe to tribalism either. That's why I'm not trying to convince you to think like me. If you think what you think, that's fine with me. I respect it. I don't care. I'm just saying shut the fuck up because we don't care what you think. That's all. Or join the conversation and stay on topic. That too. We welcome you to join the conversation and stay on topic. What's up, Dwayne Browser? Well, Jenny Buzz had a... See, natural immunity. LeBron has a no-trade clause. So that makes it hard. Yes, I know my Lakers, they'd have no issue trading LeBron. Hell, the Lakers traded Shaq. The Lakers traded Gasol. LeBron's done far less than both of them players. And he's far less loved in LA than both of them players. So the Lakers wouldn't have an issue trading LeBron. The problem is he has a no-trade clause, and whatever team he gets traded to, he's going to want them to have talent. And the Lakers are going to want to gut the talent, like as they should. Like, it's a lot of good pieces in Cleveland. It's a lot of dope players in Cleveland. So the Lakers will want them cats. And once LeBron sees how gutted the team is, he probably will invoke his no-trade clause. That's the issue the Lakers are running across. If he didn't have a no-trade clause, then I would say it's a 95% chance he's getting traded. But since he has a no-trade clause, I think it's 40-60. It's still a 40% chance he gets traded, 60% chance he don't, because of that no-trade clause. Yes, Dr. Sinister, these rims do seem a little soft. I don't have any proof there's basket manipulation. That's why I don't talk about it. But some of them shots, the way they go in, especially when they go in kind of soft and roll around the rim, I'd be like, Usually when you make a shot, that shit go directly in, or if it bounces, or if it hits the rim, it rattles in. When I see the ball hit the rim and sort of roll around the rim, I'd be like, I don't know about that, but I don't have any evidence that there's basketball manipulation, so I don't talk about it. Let me see here. Let me see it. Oh, y'all talking some Obama clones? I don't know about no clones. Yeah, Philly would take them. Yeah, Lakers, we'll trade LeBron for James Harden and 3 first-round picks, or Joel Embiid and 3 first-round picks. What's up, Butter Love? Good. Change the energy up in here. These niggas is talking about too much fucking sports. What y'all want to talk about, Quan and Butter Love? Shit. I got niggas mad at me for my opinion on how I see a game and trying to argue and shit. Like, goddamn, the ladies tend not to argue. What y'all want to talk about? Have I seen Winning Time? I've seen 2 episodes of Winning Time and I love it so far. But I want to wait. I want to make sure that Winning Time. I want to get like the 6th episode so I can binge it. Yeah, no. Yeah, something else other than sports. Something else other than sports. These niggas get real weird when it comes to sports. Ladies generally don't get weird like that. What's up, Brandon? Oh, what happened to Tip and the comedian? Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. I don't like. Apparently, she said some shit that he didn't like, and Tip started going in on old girl. Tip got to understand this comedy world is different. Like, let me tell y'all something about comedians. Comedians are both sensitive and extra out at the same time. Like, comedians will talk about whatever the fuck insecurity you got. Yet at the same time, don't want to get talked about. Comedians are weirdos. So T.I. is now in that environment, and he's seeing what it's like, and he's gonna have to keep his composure. Hey, I'm going outside, right? You good?
Yeah. Why?
I'm on here. I'm on live. I'm gonna go outside. Okay. But T.I. needs to keep his composure. Like, he can't be. Then he went up and hugged that young lady. She didn't want that nigga hugging him. His forehead is at her titty. She didn't want that little short nigga. My wife just came home. I love that woman so much. I had to kiss her on the forehead real quick. I goddamn love my wife. I mean, we be having fun. I'm not gonna be talking to y'all that much longer. The queen, the lady of the house, just got home. We about to talk. I gotta catch up with her. Yeah, but T.I. snapped. T.I. snapped. This nigga Rob McCoy. You a fool for that. You a fool. Yep. Yep. My wife is definitely a blue devil. She's a Duke class of what, 04 or some shit like that? 03, 04? She a real life blue devil. Not these niggas that just be wearing the clothes. She got the degree in the ring from that motherfucker. But yeah, T.I., he went up and snatched a mic. I'm glad the owner of that comedy club, or whoever the sound person was, muted his mic. That was nasty. Look, in comedy, if somebody on the mic and they got jokes, you just let them roll and you just take it, whatever. There's certain comics that have gotten me while they was on stage. I'll just get them next time. There have been some comics I waited 2-3 years to get on stage. Yeah. What happened with the loud music tenant? Oh, they still fighting. Those tenants are still fighting. I let them fight. See, when I be letting my, like they called me yesterday complaining about the music. I did not hit them back. I'm like, y'all live next to each other, y'all will work it out. He said T.I. mashed up the truth about him. Yeah. Yeah. See, I gotta learn the rules. Look, that's why. Look, I wasn't complaining about Ti coming to the NBA. I mean, coming into comedy, doing what he do. Because I've seen so many people come into comedy, and then a year or two later they done. Or they're gonna be like Marlon Wayans. I remember when Marlon Wayans first started. Marlon Wayans started like right at the same time I started. Marlon Wayans because he thought he was gonna get the Richard Pryor movie, like in 2010. That was the year I started comedy. And at the Comedy Store, Marlon Wayans would be there every fucking Thursday in this small ass room, the belly room. And he would always be with Tony Baker and DC Irvin and that whole crew. And they would help him write his jokes. Sidney Castillo, they would all be helping Marlon. And I'm over here thinking, okay, Marlon's probably gonna do this shit long enough to get that role and then not do comedy again. But Marlon Wayans is still doing it. So, some niggas stay. Charlie Murphy's another one. Charlie Murphy got in it. He wasn't doing stand-up comedy. He had been doing movies. Charlie Murphy linked up with Freeze Love. Freeze Love helped Charlie Murphy when it comes to Charlie Murphy stand-up, you niggas don't understand how important Freeze Love was to that. And he stayed. But then you got people like Nene Leakes that have come in comedy and it's a fad, then they out. Nigga, a couple years ago, Jake the Snake Robinson started doing comedy. Y'all know like old Jake the Snake from wrestling back in the 80s when we called it wrestling? And on the flyer, this nigga still had his Jake the Snake WWF picture with Damon the Snake around his neck. And then he showed up looking like a whole meth head. Jake the Snake don't look nothing like he did back in the 80s. But he was still using that 80s flyer to get on stage. That shit lasted like 9 months. Now Jake the Snake back to doing whatever the fuck he do. Yes, Jake the Snake, but I love Jake the Snake, yes. The nigga's flyer was him in them same green ass tights and that mullet Jerry curl with that damn snake that Earthquake killed around his neck. And then he'd be like, come see Jake the Snake, Flappers Comedy Club this Saturday at 8 p.m. And we be sitting back like, what the fuck is this? I remember when Michael Strahan was coming around getting on stage for a little bit. This is right before this is like after Michael Strahan retired. But this is before he got that job on Good Morning America. I remember Michael Strahan didn't make any like large announcements, but he'd be in the comedy club getting on stage. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So yeah, that's what I feel about T.I. doing comedy. It's either it's gonna be a fad and he'll be back to doing what he do in a year, or he'll push through these trials and tribulations. It takes a good 5 to 6 years of getting on stage regularly to really push through to the point to where, okay, now comedy is like, it's something Corey Holcomb said. Your comedy age is your age. Think about someone from the age of 1 to 5. 1 to 5, you have very little independence and autonomy as a 4-year-old, as a 3-year-old. It's not till you get to 5 and 6 years old, you can really start doing things by yourself a lot better. Like to where you need less supervision. It's the same way in comedy. You don't really know what you're doing. You really don't know how to work a crowd until about your 5th year. And then years 5 to 10, you develop that. You start to find your voice from 5 to 10. And then when you get to years 10, 15, that's when you can really start going it on your own like that. The same way you can as a 15-year-old. As a 15-year-old, you pretty much do anything an adult do outside of buy adult things. 15, you pretty much got it, but you're still a kid. But as a 10-year-old, no, you still need some supervision. That's how comedy is. So T.I. is going to have to get to that 5, 6, 7 year mark before he starts feeling his legs. And I don't know if he's going to go that far. But we'll see. We will see. Hey, what's up, DJ Ratchet? Hey, y'all say what's up, DJ Ratchet. You know how we always say as a comedian, speaking of comedy, we always say these people that we know. Hold on, this ambulance coming. This fucking ambulance. They're going to get somebody. Now this motherfucker making a U-turn. Nigga missed a turn. They about to die waiting on your ass, ambulance. And this nigga DJ Ratchet, we all comic comedians say they always have that friend that's way funnier than any comic that they know. That's that nigga DJ Ratchet. For me. Every comedian say they got that friend that's funnier than every comic on stage. This nigga DJ Ratchet. I wish this nigga got into comedy. This nigga DJ Ratchet, we grew up in church together. This nigga used to come to church high as hell this nigga DJ Ratchet used to come to youth service high as hell. And then when the youth pastor be talking about 1 Samuel 3 and 10, this nigga DJ Ratchet would be there talking about clowning the nigga. That's my nigga right there, Richard. Like Richard used to be in youth service. This nigga Richard, DJ Ratchet was one when we would be on a bus on the way to youth camp, and then it was always that one kid that would light some weed, and you smelled it on the church bus. That nigga DJ Ratchet, that nigga. This nigga used to be in the youth van on the way to Magic Mountain, and then like the pastor would have to pull over and then have one of those Jesus talks with us, cause this nigga DJ Ratchet lit a blunt in the youth band. That's this nigga. Church was fun when we was kids. That's one thing, like, that's why I don't talk I talk shit about church, but I don't talk really, really bad about church, cause nigga, we had fun when we was in churches. Youth service was fun as fuck. And I'm still tight with so many people from church. Like, I like, my fight parties I be having, it's gonna be at least 4 or 5 chicks I grew up with church. And they all got their own families now, but we still kick it. For real. Oh yeah, DJ Ratchet, Rich, I forgot about you got kicked out of church camp. Rich was so wild. And mind you, this is 1995. I'll never forget that camp, Rich. Y'all know Jamal Crawford he retired now. But y'all know Jamal Crawford used to play with the Bulls and the Clippers and the Hawks. Former 6th man of the year. Scored 50 points for 4 different teams. Y'all know him? Well, when we was kids, before Jamal Crawford moved back to Seattle, he lived in LA for about 4 or 5 years. In those 4 or 5 years Jamal lived in LA, he went to church with us. Jamal is who I was with. Me, Richard, I think Richard, you was with us too. When we found out Biggie got shot, remember because this is before the internet. We was in church in a Sunday morning service, and somebody was like, hey, I heard Biggie Smalls got killed. We was like, man, no, he didn't. So we left church and went out to somebody's car, and we heard it on 92.3 The Beat. But yeah, Jamal Crawford went to our church. And that same year, Richard, that nigga in the chat room, DJ Ratchet, this nigga would do all kind of, this nigga was pissing in water balloons. We always had a youth water fight in youth service and like at church camp. We always had a water fight. This nigga Richard was pissing in balloons and hitting the other church with piss balloons. And so it wasn't it was like one of our other Zoids, like one of the other churches within our association. And them niggas took a vote to keep Richard out of camp the next year. Because this nigga was pissing. And I remember me and Jamal on a butt, like when we was laughing our ass off, like, only this nigga would piss in water balloons at youth camp. I remember me and Jamal was laughing out. Richard had us dying laughing. Hell yeah, natural immunity churches be the funnest shit ever. I got memories of this nigga DJ Ratchet, boy. Yeah, I'm still cool with a lot of my grammar school people. One of my best friends, I've been knowing since I was 3. I was on the phone with him yesterday. But yeah, Rich been my boy since Rich has been my boy since what, 91, 92, nigga? We was like 10, 11 years old. 92, 93, something like that. Shit. Me and Rich been down. Rich is at, also, hey Rich, I forgot how many stories we got together, nigga. Rich was one of the first ones to get his own apartment when we was in our teens and in our 20s. You know, Rich was always the nigga that had his own place. So back in the 2000s, this nigga Richard, that's DJ Ratchet in there, this nigga had an apartment. He lived in an apartment right off Crenshaw on 43rd. It was like in the alley. Crenshaw's on the front end. If you're from LA, y'all know where Daddy Days is. If you're from LA. Daddy Days is right across the street from that McDonald's on Crenshaw on 43rd. Right there. Lemert Park. This nigga Richard had an apartment in the alley right behind Daddy Days. The alley that bordered Crenshaw Boulevard. And mind you niggas, this is when Crenshaw used to be cracking. I mean, this is when not just a little bit, but what I mean by cracking, nigga, you heard shots ringing out, nigga, every 23 minutes. You heard somebody getting shot or shot at. Yeah, Eloquence Square. You know Daddy Days. Rich used to work there. And Rich used to live right behind Daddy Days. And that's where, like, when we all still lived with our parents, that's where we go to smoke out, over his house. And this nigga Rich used to sit behind in this building and throw, I don't know, something wrong with this nigga, and water balloons. This nigga used to launch water balloons to niggas on Crenshaw. Rich, that shit was dangerous, nigga. You almost got us fucked up launching them water balloons onto niggas on Crenshaw. And we used to hang out at that Daddy Days. All them 40s. Now Rich would be cool. Rich was cool with everybody. Had me around all them niggas from the 40s. And I'll leave that motherfuckers, go right to Crenshaw and Slauson to Hoodies, right next to the Marathon store. He was at a couple of fights. Nigga Rich, we used to have fun at that apartment on Crenshaw, boy. And we using that apartment on Slauson and La Brea. Nigga, we had fun in that motherfucker. Nigga, me and Rich got stories. Nigga, we had fun when we was kids. I don't know what the fuck is up with Rich and water balloons, nigga. I just thought about that shit, Rich. Nigga used to have a bucket of water balloons, launching them hoes off to niggas on Crenshaw. Yeah, I remember Stinky and Chris. Yep. Nigga, I used to love when Rich Hey, Rich, when you worked at that Fat Burger in the Ladera Center, nigga, this nigga worked at that Fat Burger and that Starbucks. Niggas, I used to go every time Rich was on that grill when we was at Fat Burger, nigga. He was gonna hook Dwan up, nigga. What? Goddamn, nigga, a triple Fat Burger, and charge me for a skinny fries. Nigga, I get a triple Fat Burger and nigga mostly ice cream shake, nigga. You couldn't even slurp that motherfucker. Oh, Candace, hey, Candace, what's up with Candace, man? Hey, Rich, tell Candace I said what's up. Oh yeah, I forgot I used to make them lemon drops. Hell yeah. I used to hook niggas up with them lemon drops back in the day. I forgot about that. Oh yeah, when Rich was at Starbucks, nigga, when you was at Starbucks, nigga, that was a guaranteed grande, venti, white mocha. And I just go and pick that hoe up. Nigga, we all ate for free with. But I forgot about them, oh, she drive buses in Vegas? Oh, that's what, tell her I said what's up. Nigga, we used to be having fun. I used to make them lemon drops, nigga. We be drinking them lemon drops all goddamn day. We used to drink them lemon drops from like 2 in the afternoon to 2 in the morning. Shit, I'm sorry. I know y'all in here asking me questions, but I see my nigga Rich in the building. That's my childhood homie right there, boy. I'm always gonna love that nigga. Hey, Rich, my pops asked about you. Hey, Rich, you see the episode of Craig Facts with my dad? Did you see that, Rich? That episode of Craig Facts when my dad was on it? Watch that shit. He asked about you. My dad asked about you, Rich, about a month ago. Yeah, Pops asked about you about a month ago. Like, right? The same day we filmed it. The same day we filmed that one, Pops asked about you. He was like, how your boy Rich doing? He always asks about you and Reggie at the same time. Pops check, hey, Rich. I appreciate that, SSM. My dad asked about you at least once every other month. Pops checks in on you, if not once a month, once every other month. Pops is gonna ask, especially if the Lakers lose. He gonna be like, man, I know your boy Rich mad as hell. See, Rich is a real Laker fan. He wanted to get this nigga LeBron out of here too. I don't know who you like worse, Rich, LeBron or Lamar Odom. Yeah. Shit, man, I had a very fun childhood here in LA. Smoke Splitter, what you know about Yee's, Smoke Splitter? The fuck you know about Yee's, nigga? Yeah, Rich, I'm in Gardena, man. I still got the same number. Just text me, nigga. Come through to the crib. Matter of fact, I might have a fight party for that Errol Spence fight, Rich. I might have a fight party. If I do, text me, nigga. I got the same number. Or inbox me. Been having the same number for 20 years, nigga. But I might get on the grill for that Errol Spence fight and do a fight party. I might do one. I'll let you know. I see you grew up in View Park. View Park is where my parents moved to once I became a teenager. I was in the hood. Then we moved to View Park when I was a teenager. Yeah, Larry, that's the Rich I told you about. Larry, you never met Rich. Yeah, I told you about Rich. Lauren told you about Rich. Diamond told you about Rich. All of us, nigga. Reggie told you about Rich. Rich was always the funniest nigga we knew. Like the pastor would be talking in youth service. He'd be like, turn to Matthew 4:10. Rich would be like, skut it, boom, 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 skut it.
And we be like, what? And every time the youth pastor would say something, Rich would kind of talk under him. Scudda boom boom scudda boom boom scudda. And you be like, nigga, and you know how it is when you 13, nigga, that shit funny as hell. We be in church laughing our ass off. Larry said, everybody told you about that nigga. Yeah. I don't have a specialty on the grill. My specialty is whatever I feel like cooking at that moment, honestly. Yes, Sacramento is the country to us. LA niggas don't really fuck with Sacramento like that. Mostly because of the Kings. But yeah, nah. Sacramento's way too slow paced for LA. Way too slow paced. I'd rather live in Mississippi, honestly. Yeah, I eat pork. I eat that divine swine. Yes, sir. Matter of fact, I had an al pastor burrito yesterday, goddammit. Hell yeah, I eat pork. I cut down on eating beef. Hold on, shit. Loud as hell motorcycles. I cut down on beef only because beef be slowing me down. I don't like being tired. Beef will actually get me tired. If I eat beef 2 days in a row, I'll be a little bit sluggish. So for that reason, I don't fuck with beef. I like having energy. I'm a fat nigga with energy. You know what my grandfather told me the other day? You know what my grandfather told me? My grandfather, 98 years old. I was talking to my grandfather just last week. 98 years old. He said, I said, because he's turned 98 earlier this month, well, at the beginning of March. He said, yep, I'm 98 years old. I said, how'd you do it, Poppy? He said, eating whatever the hell I want. He said, I eat beef. He said, I eats beef. I eats pork. I eats whatever I feel like eating, and that's okay. He said, everybody that was talking about going and being a vegetarian, they all dead, and I'm still here. I said, that's right, Poppy. Yeah, I don't know any vegans that live to fucking 90. I don't know. Do you guys know any 80-year-old vegans? Do you guys know any 80-year-old vegans? I'm looking at like, I'm laughing at my wife, my father-in-law. This motherfucker eats he 80. He eats anything he wants. Our great royal, magnificent, I'll never disrespect this man in any sort of way, Layla Africa died at 74. It's something they ain't telling us, nigga. Now, I didn't see no documentary on vegans. That's why I always laugh at people when it comes to the whole weight thing. I don't know if y'all saw that shit on Craig Facts when I was clowning that, but there's like, man, see, when I get big, I get real sluggish and slow. Ask this nigga, DJ Ratchet been knowing me for 30 years. 30 plus years. DJ Ratchet, Rich. Has DwannBrown ever suffered from a lack of energy? Y'all ask my nigga who been knowing me for 30 years in the chat room, have I ever, and I've been big my whole goddamn life. Whether it be hooping, going out, this nigga, see, I used to hang with DJ Ratchet a lot when I was in college. I had a full-time college schedule. I had 4 classes. I worked 30 hours a week at the bank. I would always hoop after work. And then I go over this nigga DJ Ratchet house until 3 in the morning. All 340 pounds of me. I'll be at this nigga house at 3 in the morning, smoking and drinking, and then be right back up at 7 a.m. to get to Cal State Northridge by 8:30 a.m. Nigga, that's my life. Yeah, see, DJ Ratchet, I've been hooping forever, nigga. Like, I have a reputation in LA. I'm the fat nigga that can hoop. Yep, getting high, a bunch of women. Nigga, that's what we did. Man, that's nothing Rich. Rich always had the women over. I think that's, nigga, not only, you go over Rich's house, it'd be 3 chicks. I mean, it'd be 3 dudes and 10 women. And this would be on a random Thursday night when we was like 19. It'd be like 7 chicks and just me and Rich. Like, I got people, like, that's why I be laughing at. That's why, like, when people come to me saying, no, when you big, you gonna have this health issue and that, and I get it. You know, there have been times I've gotten too big to where I was like, you know what? I'm tired. I can't really handle this. But it wouldn't take me any more than a month to lose that weight, whatever that weight was I need to lose to get back to being me. It would never take me more than a month, maybe 2 weeks. Do I believe white people are really going extinct? Yes, they're going extinct, Ebony. Hey, what's up, Ebony, by the way? Man, Ebony in Seattle. Ebony's a beautiful soul. Shouts out to Ebony Brennan. Yeah, they're going extinct. They weren't always here. They've only been here for like 8,000 years. We've been on this planet hundreds of thousands, maybe millions, depending on whose timeline you look at. But I'll give it hundreds of thousands. They've been on this planet about 8,000 years, and they are going extinct. Yes, they are. Now they're gonna still be around for a few more 100 years. They ain't gonna all die out now. They'll still be around, just in shorter just in shorter, smaller amounts. Yeah, natural immunity. Soda's my issue. Soda's my biggest crutch. Soda is my biggest problem, y'all. I ain't afraid to admit my faults, nigga. The battle between me and Soda be kicking my fat ass. Let me tell y'all something. We all got our shit that we work on, that we struggle. My struggle is soda like a motherfucker. I hadn't drank soda in 3 weeks. But today, nigga, god damn. I took down a cool liter of soda today. Shit. I went 3 weeks without fucking with soda. I took down a whole liter, like a 1 liter today. I'm like, shit. It's about to start back over. Okay, I'm watching that Beyond Impossible. Okay. Now, I don't fuck with Mountain Dew. Quan, you said Mountain Dew cuts men's sperm count? Oh, hell no. I'm glad I don't drink that. But I hadn't fucked with soda in like almost a month. But today, though, god damn. Yeah, I don't smoke some tobacco. I only smoke weed. I smoke hemp blunts, too. I don't smoke them goddamn... I do the hemp papers. I don't fuck with them tobacco blunts. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no. I don't know. Mountain Dew tastes like soda slime. Like if they carbonize slime, and if they carbonated slime and threw some water and another 10 pounds of sugar in it, that's Mountain Dew. If all soda tastes like Mountain Dew, I would not have a soda problem. My problem is Dr. Pepper, god damn it, and Pepsi. That's my struggle. If all soda tastes like Mountain Dew, I'd be good. Shit, Mountain Dew tastes like carbonated snot, nigga. I'm good. Yeah, that's why you're right. In natural immunity, antifreeze. That's yuck. I would not have a soda issue if I had if Mountain Dew was my option. Yeah, nah. You know how it is when they talk about your health? They'll on one hand say you need to become vegan and eat this way and eat that way, but still at the same time take in toxic information, listen to toxic music, and watch toxic movies all goddamn day. What the fuck good is being a vegan if the only goddamn music you know is Lil Yachty, daytime TV, and you can't turn off SportsCenter? Nigga, your mind is getting brainwashed and propaganda 24/7. And when you done being propagandized by the TV, them same motherfuckers want to come tell me what I should be doing. I'll be like, if you don't sit your dumb ass down, nigga, you just finished watching 10 hours of cable TV. Now you want to come talk to me about what I should be doing. You brainwashed son of a bitch, you. Now, I don't like sparkling water. That shit nasty. I like regular water. See, I only get caught up with trouble, smoke splitter, when I don't drink enough water. Regular water, especially my Crystal Geyser, spring water, shit, I'm good. If I drink, because usually I like to wake up and drink 1.5 liters of water right when I wake up. If I wake up and drink that 1.5 liters of water and then sip on water the whole day, I don't even trip on soda. I ain't really tripping. But nigga, if I'm not hydrated properly, nigga, I will tear some motherfucking soda up, nigga. I will tear that soda up if I'm not hydrated right. I will fuck some soda up. But if I get up, if I do the right thing and drink my 1.5 liters of water as soon as I wake up, and sort of just keep a bottle of water around me to sip on, I don't care about soda. That's kind of how I fix it. But the reason why I don't care about, the reason why I don't judge and not so much really even care about what other people say, for 2 reasons. At the end of the day, how you doing, man? Have a good one. Yes, sir. At the end of the day, everybody got their own thing. Everybody got their own thing that they have a struggle getting over, and everybody got that vice that they having a hard time controlling. Sometimes that struggle, for me, my struggle is my horrible relationship with candy and goddamn soda and cheeseburgers. I fucking love cheeseburgers. I don't eat a whole bunch of shit. But I struggle with that from time to time. But my defect is on my fucking stomach. Everybody can see it. A lot of you motherfuckers' defects is you don't know how to talk to people right. So don't nobody fuck with you. And every time you think you get a friend or somebody that's cool with you, you say some dumb shit and fuck that whole friendship/relationship off. Other people's issues with the bottle. Some people's issue is way more, they have a way tougher food issue than I do. But they don't gain weight. But they still have the underlying effects. They just don't put on the weight. You got other motherfuckers who got vanity issues. They think their only worth is in the clothes that they buy and the car that they drive, and they cannot seem to find genuine connection with other people outside of superficial means. So I said that to say we all are fucked up in some way. So to sit back here and run my goddamn mouth about who's fucked up is worse than the next person's fucked up is a waste of goddamn time. Do I think 90s music is better than 80s music? No. And 80s music isn't as good as 70s music. The best music ever happened in the 70s because that was the last time black people were allowed to create music without white interference. Let me say that one more time. The 70s was the last time black people were able to create music without white interference. And that was also the last generation of black music that was raised in band. Band used to be a standard in school. So when you get to the 70s, you're getting people, they were 23, 24 years old, but they had been playing their instrument for 15 years by then. No. And R. Kelly did not surpass Marvin Gaye. Not in the least bit. You're right, Quan. It's all about balance. And y'all saw Rich in here earlier. Nigga, I don't even... Ask Larry. Y'all see Larry in here. When Larry's in here, ask Larry how much I eat. I'll be mad. This nigga Larry can eat in one sitting, he'll eat 3 times what I can eat. Nigga, I'm over here going to Fabulous Burgers, getting a burger and fries. And I can't finish my fries. This nigga Larry getting the jumbo chili cheese fries with a triple-decker burger. Nigga, if I ordered that shit, I may get through 20% of it. I just pack on weight real easy. I don't eat that much. And that shit will pack on. Nigga, I hoop 3-4 hours a day, 340 pounds. And then I be sitting there. You know, that's how it be like when I was in college. I would have somebody that didn't know me like that. They would just kind of meet me somewhere. They would kind of, they barely have known me. They'd be like, yeah, Dwan, man, I'm going to help you get that weight off, man. All we going to do, if we just go to the gym and we work out, you know, get a good 30, 45-minute workout in, man. Maybe if you don't eat pasta, if you don't eat potatoes, man, we get that weight right off you. I'll be like, look, nigga, potatoes are nasty. I don't fuck with potatoes. Other than fries every now and again. I don't eat pasta. I don't eat beans. I don't eat rice. I don't eat none of that shit. And I hoop 4 hours a day. Not now, but back then. And I be sitting there looking at these niggas like, first of all, why would you just volunteer that? Who the fuck said I'm looking to lose weight? Maybe I like being big. I ain't ever had a problem getting bitches when I was big, nigga. I'm a very decent person. So my weight hasn't stopped anything. And then you'll get people that'll be like, just come off the top with suggestions. Hey, what's up, man? Yes, sir. Man, you have a good one today, man. Yes, sir. Man. And people just come up with all these suggestions like, what make you think I want to be a skinny bitch like you? You ever ask yourself that? Maybe I don't want to look like a little punk. He said, try Creole beans and rice. No, I hate beans. No. There's not a bean on earth that I like. No. I would try it, but I don't like rice. I don't like white rice. I don't like brown rice. I don't like stir-fried rice. I don't like Jerry rice, nigga. I don't like Simeon rice, nigga. And I barely fuck with Ray rice, nigga. I don't fuck with rice. And I really don't fuck with beans. The texture of beans just makes me, like the texture of beans, Quan, the texture of beans makes me want to vomit. When like you eat the bean and it's mushy and the little small bean shells kind of get stuck in the side of your mouth, nigga, that shit made me want to fucking vomit. Beans are nasty as hell. Fuck beans. Look, I just started eating potato salad 2 years ago. I just started eating potato salad 2 years ago. I still don't eat yams. Still don't eat no fucking yams. No, fuck beans. Beans make me vomit. Nope. Nope. Split pea? Hell no. I hate peas. No. No split pea soup. No. How you doing? No. We're not doing split pea soup. No, that shit's nasty. No. No, I don't, what the fuck is keto? No, I'm not doing that. Didn't try it. No black eyed peas. No. Fuck Fergie and the Black Eyed Peas. Fuck Will I Am. Even though Will I Am went to high school with my brother and my sister, Palisades High, I don't want no Black Eyed Peas. Fuck New Year's Day. Fuck your Black Eyed Peas. Fuck your refried beans. Fuck your pinto beans. Fuck your red beans. I don't eat none of that shit. If you put beans in my burrito, I will drive back to your fucking taco stand and tell you to remake this shit. You better not make a mistake and put some fucking beans in my burrito or on my nachos. Nigga, I knock your ass out. You put some fucking beans on my nachos. Take this plate back. You tried to kill me, motherfucker. I'm not fucking with no beans. Nope. Nope. Fuck Brussels sprouts. Nope. I eat the same shit. I'm either gonna eat pizza. I don't fuck with pizza. Actually, I don't even eat pizza like that no more. I eat like, I love salads. I don't know. I was in this same chat about a week ago, and I had ordered something. Somebody in the chat was like, "You need to order a salad," and that's exactly what I had already ordered. But I was thinking like, these dumb motherfuckers. You can't tell these niggas shit. I like salads, nigga, but I like pizza. I like burgers, nigga. I love greens, nigga. I eat fish, beef, pork, chicken, and I just eat the same shit over and over. I probably eat 5 or 6 things over and over and over and over again. Like, that's my problem. I eat the same 5 or 6 things every fucking day. I do not have a refined palate, nigga. I eat the same 5, 6, 7 things every day for the last 30 some odd years. That's what I do. My wife just put me on pasta. What? I just started eating pasta. Other than lasagna, I would eat lasagna. But other than lasagna, I just started eating pasta about 6 months ago. I just started eating pasta about 6 months ago. My wife took me to this pasta spot back in like October, and that shit was good. So since then, I just started eating pasta in the last 6 months. I just started eating Chinese food last year, during the pandemic. Right? During the pandemic, because when I used to drive Uber, I used to do this Uber delivery pickup spots at this Chinese food spot, and that shit just always smelled good. So like when the pandemic hit and I stopped driving Uber, nigga, I went to that Chinese spot and that shit was good as hell. But that's like literally the only Chinese food that I could eat. Twin Dragon here in LA. Twin Dragon on Pico and La Cienega. I tried a few other Chinese food spots and them hoes was nasty. But the Twin Dragon on Pico and La Cienega, I'll eat that Chinese food. But other than that, I don't fuck with no goddamn Chinese food. Pretty much tip tops. Pretty much. That's a funny ass joke. But I would say that's probably like 30% of what I eat, and the other 70% is the field. Nigga. Facts Lives this Saturday if y'all ain't got y'all tickets. Dwan is a promo code. Let me see. My wife's still on the phone. Okay, okay. I'm only on live with you guys. My wife talking to her parents on the phone. When she on the phone with them, I'm gonna get off from you motherfuckers and go have fun with my wife. But while she on the phone with her parents, I'm gonna keep talking to you niggas. LA food is great, nigga. I don't know who the fuck told you that. Do you want me to do a jazz playlist? I have a soul jazz playlist. I mean my jazz show on Incense and Ashtrays? Okay, yeah, I think maybe my do y'all want me to do my if y'all want me to do my Friday night show, I can do that. I can make the Friday Incense and Ashtrays centered around jazz if that's what y'all want. If that's what y'all want, I'll do Fridays Incense and Ashtrays jazz. Yeah, and I'm hollering. I'll do a jazz playlist. Well, it's a lot of jazz on my soul jazz playlist on Spotify. But I could do a jazz playlist if you want me to on Spotify or Apple Music. I could do one. I'm still thinking about making my Apple playlist public. My Apple playlist I've been developing my Apple playlist since iTunes became a thing. So like on my iTunes funk playlist, it's like over 500 songs. On my iTunes classic R&B playlist, it's like over 900 songs on that playlist. Like, but those are my private playlists. I haven't made those public. Cause I got some gold on those playlists that aren't even on iTunes. A lot of that shit on them playlists, I had to see. I got them hoes from Napster. Y'all remember back when Napster was around? I still got shit in my iTunes that you could only find on Napster back in the day. So I'm kind of selfish with those playlists, wondering if I should release them to the public or not. On Spotify, go to Incense and Ashtrays, Soul Jazz, and then also, if you look on my link tree is usually it might be in the description of this video, but it's in the description of most of my videos in my link tree. You can find my playlist on that, on Linktree. Quan just posted the links. Yeah. Yeah, you know. Thank you, Quan. Yeah, the list. I haven't updated either playlist in about 2 or 3 months. So this week, I will be updating both of those playlists, adding new music to those playlists. My plan is to I want to add music to them like once or twice a month, but shit, nigga, should be slipping a nigga mind. I'm busy. Knock. I know they just asked me to do a jazz playlist. Since y'all want one, I'll do one. Give me some time because I got a fuck ton of shit going, but I'll do it. Yeah, Jimi Hendrix and Miles Davis would have done some crazy shit if they were together. Let me see, she's still on the phone. You still on the phone? Yeah. I'm out here. Other way. You still on the phone? What? So you still on the phone?
Yeah.
All right.
Why?
No, I'll see if you're still on the phone. I'm coming in when you're done.
Oh, okay. You can come in now.
Yeah. All right. Hello? Yeah, nigga. Man, wife be chilling, nigga. Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, I'm about to go in there. Me and the wife, we about to chill, nigga. I'm gonna do it live with y'all probably on Friday. Probably Friday morning. Friday be my next Hotepish show Friday morning. And then I'm gonna do an Incense and Ashtrays music show Friday night. What album would I recommend? It's hard to say what album I recommend because it's damn. It depends on like what mood you in. Well, Kinda Blue, like Miles Davis's Kinda Blue album is something that people love to start with. John Coltrane's Love, I wouldn't do Love Supreme as the first one. Yeah, anything Roy Hargrove, um, Oscar Peterson, like my Oscar Peterson's Motions and Emotions. That's one of my favorite all-time jazz albums. It's an album by Oscar Peterson. It came out in 1968. It's called Motions and Emotions. And my favorite song on the album is Wave. I would do that. Light as a Feather by Chick Corea. I mean, yeah, any of that stuff is good. Anything Miles Davis, anything Ornette Coleman, anything Oscar Peterson, anything Dizzy Gillespie, anything. Man, that's kind of a hard question. Because I've been listening to jazz since I was like 13, 14. Kamasi, yeah. Kamasi Washington, yeah. Herbie Hancock, yep. Horace Silver. But jazz, honestly, let me tell you something about jazz. If your brain is already formatted to listening to popular music, it can take a really long time to truly get into jazz. Here's my recommendation when it comes to jazz. Because you're probably not going to be able to just sit there and listen to it for an hour or two when you first start listening to it. You'll get the first song will be cool. The second song will be kind of cool. But by that third song, you probably gonna want to go back to R&B or whatever it is you listen to the most. That's fine. Give jazz 2 or 3 songs at a time and then go back to what you listen to. And over time, you'll start to like it more and you'll start to appreciate it more. You're probably not going to appreciate it fully right off the bat because the way they do our music, it so puts you in a box 4/4 time. These jazz is free. Like jazz opens your mind it opens a different part of your brain. And if that part of your brain isn't already kind of used to it, it'll take a long time to really get into jazz. So don't feel bad. Just do 2 or 3 songs at a time and then get back into what you listen to. And then pretty soon you'll be able to go to 4 or 5 songs. Then after that, you get to a point where, like me, sometimes I got jazz on 3 or 4 hours at a time. I just keep rolling joints, nigga, and drink some wine, nigga. I get a bottle of wine out, nigga. Get a joint, zone out, and when that joint is done, roll another one, and just zone the fuck out on jazz. But it wasn't always like that. It wasn't always like that. You got to get into it. Oh yeah, Corey Henry. I love Corey Henry, man. I went to go see Butcher Brown last night. Butcher Brown is a dope ass band. Nigga, the lead from Butcher Brown, this nigga could rap, play the saxophone and the trumpet. Nigga, do you know how hard it is to jump from the saxophone to the trumpet? From a reed to that little tiny ass trumpet mouthpiece? And that nigga was killing both and still had flows. Look up Butcher Brown. That's a dope ass band. Look them up. They're jazz, funk, and hip hop. They have some R&B shit. They got some jazz shit. They got some straight up hip hop shit. Look them niggas up. Them niggas was dope last night. Yeah. Yeah, autotune gives me a headache. I can't listen to too much autotune. Brandon Coleman. I'm going to go see Brandon Coleman live next month at the same place I saw Butcher Brown last night. I had tickets to see Corey Henry last week, But that show got pushed back to goddamn October. Yeah. Yeah. What up, man? Yeah, man. But yeah, Coltrane, yep. You said nobody comes to Indianapolis? That sucks. That's why I like LA, man. Everybody come to LA. Hell, they do 2 or 3 shows in LA. Nigga, I'm going to go see Ronnie Laws next month. I'm going to see Brandon Coleman, Christian McBride. Nigga, I got Earth and the Fire, Santana, and War. Got that concert coming up. I'm going to see DJ Quick next month. DJ Quick and the East Siders and Snoop. Yeah. Wife's on the phone, but shit, I'm about to go in there. I'm about to go kick it with the wife, y'all. I'll holler at y'all, I think Friday morning. Friday morning is when I'm going to holler at y'all. I'm back on this channel. Y'all have a good one.